Hey there, Trekkers and Trekkies. Guess who recorded this entire video and only managed to get 1.5 minutes of it actually recorded and now has to start entirely over? Not even 1.5 minutes. It was like 1 minute. It was bad. I'm thrilled to death to be here today. Isn't this thing happy? Which of course this was days ago when you're seeing this. You know, you don't care. You're like, show me the cards. That's what I'm here for. So, I did. Obviously, the cards are open. I'm not going to show you the packages. I'll put pictures up above my shoulder or whatever. We're looking at the cards out of 3 packages. There is the Bridge expansion, the Archer expansion, and the Porthos expansion. These were all a little bit different. They only cost about $5 for each one. For each set of cards, has about, I think, like 10 to 15 cards in each. And so, yeah, you get a handful of different kinds of cards, different stuff happening. So, I'm going to look at what was that just flew in front of the camera. I think a mosquito came in here. That's weird. Anyways, so first going to show you. Sorry if there was a weird jump there. My dog started barking. I'm going to show you some of the added rules and action cards that they have. We get an away mission for action card. We have a surprise of the Department of Temporal Investigations with Dulmer and Luxley there. I think that was their names. And we have a couple of meta rules. This is obviously how to take and combine the multiple decks, because like I said, there's 4 decks that I'm aware of that you can combine. It's the original Star Trek, the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. They have a deck called Chrono Trek, and it's not Chrono Trek Fluxx. It's just Chrono Trek, Star Trek, Chrono Trek. And I need to find out what that game is, because I don't know if it's part of the Fluxx family or what exactly it is. Or if somebody wants to send that to me, and I'll get a game played and we'll find out. And by the way, let me go ahead and throw this out there. If anybody wants to see a game of this played, let me know. I'll see if I can get some friends who maybe would not necessarily be on camera, but we can put the camera on the table and you can hear everything happening as we play a game. Maybe. We'll see about it. So, as far as new keepers that come in these expansion packs, it's called the Bridge expansion. So it comes with the bridge, which the art is kind of funny because it's like this weird meta combination, which the fact that these were made before AI art became a thing, it's this sort of meta-y version of the original series bridge combined with like the Enterprise E. And we can see 2 guys in gold shirts, but only one of them has black on his shoulders, and it looks a little bit like Data and Sulu. And so it makes for this weird, especially like you feel like this is the picture that like AI would make now. If you said, draw me a picture of the bridge of the Enterprise, be like, this is it right here. Look, this shit, everything. Okay. So we get Core. I think I mentioned him last time, which is great because he's applicable for both original series and Deep Space Nine. I love the little thing on here. It says, when you play this card, you must tell another player they have no honor, preferably in Klingon. Don't know many people who could actually do that. I'm not even sure if I can do that. Anyways, you would get Romulan L, which is during your turn, you can exchange this for any keeper another player has in play. Not sure why. Got Dr. Phlox. We can steal Porthos or Romulan L. Dr. Phlox is good at stealing. Okay. Got Spot, Data's famous cat. Porthos, which is, of course, Archer's famous dog. We get the Atavachron, which is that device in the original series that they used to like look at events in time. You couldn't interact with them in any way, but you could look at them. We've got Captain Archer. We got Time Agent Daniels or Time Investigator Daniel. What was his? It doesn't matter. He's in the 32nd century now and being played by Cronenberg, which is I want Captain Archer sitting on top. He's cool. Plus the artwork is fantastic. We got two new creepers. We've got a temporal rift, and we've got the Zendi, which of course, like I said in the previous one, if you have a creeper, you can't win unless the creeper is actually part of winning. We've got goals. Like this is a cool one. So it requires the expansion for Captain Archer, but you would need either original series Enterprise or the Next Generation Enterprise combined with him in order to win Faith of the Heart, which of course then requires that everyone stands up around the table and sings. I'm kidding. This one is, we have two cards from the expansion, Daniels and Archer. This is a cool one, Captain's Table. If you're not familiar with the books that came out back in, I think it was in the late 90s, they may have traveled over into the early 2000s. I can't quite remember, because there was a whole bunch of them that they did, that each book was each of the captains from the various Star Trek series telling a story that happened to them that was sort of apart from the events of the show. Like Picard tells a story about when he was on the Stargazer, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool. You need two of the captains for that card to win. The Temporal Cold War. Now this is a complicated one. You have to have Daniels and any of these other time traveling things. You've got the relativity. Can't really tell what that little ship there is. Somebody can tell me in the comments. That's the ship from Year of Hell. I can't remember what it was called right this minute. Anyways, there's the Tevicron. We got the Orb of Time, and we've got the Guardian of Forever. We have an ode to Spot, which means you got to have Data and Spot. We have Barkeeper's Finest, which is getting to combine that Romulan owl with either Guinan or Quark, which I've got Quark because I've got that deck. Now, what's interesting is you get combination cards like this where you need Spock and Tuvok for that's logical. So in other words, a couple of Vulcans. You got former Borg, which of course in these decks you're only going to have 7 or 9 of Picard. For Errand of Mercy, you need Core and Kirk, but another one to use Core with, Blood Oath with Jadzia Dex. That's a cool one. We get some stuff like These Are the Voyages. That's just a joke off of the last episode of Enterprise. Blink of an Eye, Cause and Effect, Carpenter Street, which of course there's your use of the Zendi card. We've got Tomorrow's Enterprise, which requires that you have both Enterprises. You get Starfleet Medical, which is any two doctors basically, which is kind of funny because we do have, I saw it here a few minutes ago, like this one, which is Dr. McCoy and Dr. Crusher. These two cards are almost the same thing. Then you've got Engineer's Finest, which why not go ahead and have it include O'Brien and Torres at the very least. We get a joke on the movie Generations where you have to have Kirk and Picard. Science Officers, it has Spock and Data. And I don't know how to feel about that because Data wasn't technically a science officer, but it's whatever. There's Guardian of the Past and Future, whereas where you have to have the Guardian of Forever and one person from each crew, Next Gen and Original Series, which that's kind of fun. Then there's the Bridge of the Enterprise, which means you have to have the bridge and you have to have an Enterprise. Or there's Captain on the Bridge, which means the bridge and any captain, which I actually, well, no, they don't say any ship. This is any captain. So thankfully it's not limited to Kirk or Picard. Hopefully you could use that with Cisco or Janeway or whoever you want. So anyways, That's I'm not gonna go through the rest of them. You get the idea. Oh, I did miss this. There's a new rule. If Star Trek is playing on TV, all players draw one extra card and play one extra card during their turns. That's kind of cool and fun. But, because, I mean, there's Paramount Plus. Just stick an episode on and we get to change the rules. So I hope you enjoyed this look at these. Like I said before, go out, get you a deck. It's fun to play. They make decks for just about anybody. Like I said, there's the Doctor Who. There's I think there's an Alice in Wonderland. There's the Cthulhu one. There's pyramids. I'm looking at them. There's a Marvel one. I forgot about that. They can do like I think I mentioned it before, Monty Python. There's Stoner Fluxx if you want to try and play while out of your head, because that's about what it would be. And they've got all kinds of add-on packs. Some of it, I don't know what they mean. Some of them I'm going to have to check out at some point. They have a Jumanji Fluxx expansion pack. They have a Jewish Fluxx expansion. Wow. Fascinating. Did not know about those two. That's hilarious. Anyways, that's going to be it for these. So, y'all know it's all about having some fun, watching some Star Trek, playing your Archer card, and defeating the Xindi with the temporal rift. That's it for this one. I will see you next time. Go out and make something. If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, please like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell icon. If you want to support me, you can find me on Patreon, or go over to Zazzle for prints of my artwork, t-shirts, and other cool stuff. If you're still here, why? Do you want to jam out?